next week is big. And I'm going to tell you why next week is big. The worst thing the Bears can do going into this game with the Saints is underestimate them. I know they are 1-5. I understand that. I understand that if you ask most people across the league who's the worst team in the NFL, they'd say the Jets, and then many people would probably say the Saints, right? They are 1-5. The only other 1-5 team, only other 1-5 teams are the Titans, the Browns, and the Ravens, and the Dolphins. Some people, I don't know. I think you get some people that would say that the Saints are next. Either way, they're 1-5, right? If you look at their, like their plus minus across the year is minus 49, but the Bears is minus 15, but that's because they got blown out by the Lions. But what I want you to look at, though, is look at where the Saints rank when it comes to on offensive and defensive metrics across the board, and also look at their games. While they've lost 5 games, 3 of those losses have been by 1 score or less. I mean, by 1 score. They cannot, especially, afford to let this slip and go into this game overconfident. I see somebody in the chat, Broski Bear, says the Bears on a short week on an emotional high can't overlook the Saints. Exactly. This is the definition of a trap game, if you allow it to be. This is the definition of a trap game. The Saints are coming in here. They're 1-5. The Bears are on riding high. 2 very emotional victories. This is a perfect setup for a team with a young quarterback coming in here, nothing to lose, tattooed around their gun wounds, everything to gain embedded in their brains, to come in here and pull a massive upset that would essentially just about derail all of the momentum that the Bears have established over the course of these last few weeks. And I would hate this. Dude, as Bears fans, I want to ask y'all, how empty are you going to feel on Sunday afternoon if we allow the Saints to come in here and pull this upset and derail all of this momentum? The Bears have to get down on this team early. We cannot have a slow start. We cannot have all these situations where we're failing to get the ball into the end zone, and we're having all of these drives where we're settling for field goals. We got to clean up these penalties. Teams that lose a lot or have lost a lot get used to losing. And so when you show them, yes, here's another loss coming early, they're less likely to get into a place where they feel like, oh, this is our win. This is a win. This is a win we can have. They're going to come out fired up. Of course they are. They're playing a team on a 3-game win streak. They're 1-5. This is a younger team in some spaces. They had an opportunity to come out and make a statement. The Bears have to show them early that it's not going to be that. How do you do that? You establish the run game early. You don't have penalties. You sustain drives and finish them with touchdowns rather than settling for field goals. And you have to make Spencer Rattler uncomfortable early. And so this is where I feel the most confident, right? This is where I feel the most confident about this game. I believe that the way that Dennis Allen schemes, it is perfect to disrupt the rhythm and the confidence of a young quarterback. And now some veteran quarterbacks, maybe not as much, but young quarterbacks, I think it is perfect to disrupt the scheme and the confidence of a young quarterback. So that is where I have a lot of confidence. But we have to stop the run again. As we didn't stop the run against the Commanders. We were better, I think, than what a lot of people expected us to be against the run. And they have to show up against the run, and they have to get pressure on Rattler. If we can do that, we can avoid a pitfall of a loss. But I am nervous about this game. I am nervous about this game because it looks like one that we should walk away with a victory. But we'll see. We'll talk a little bit more later this week. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have not yet hit that like button, please do. If you have not yet subscribed, please do that as well. I appreciate you watching as always. God bless. Peace.